things are going around. Now, this is what, and by the way, if y'all are wondering, I talked to my mans yesterday. Actually, 2 days ago. It was a very pleasant conversation, chat. Hold on. Let me. I talked to my mans. It was a pleasant conversation. You know what I like about how everything, especially even in my career and just how things have played out. And this is why I like when, I see, despite what y'all might say, and, at the end of the day, I keep telling y'all, man, like, this is why I hate that Cole apologized. Because what he rapped was a sentiment, right? There's always like a big three or big two or big whatever. You know what I mean? And I like when he said, I'm not the three, not the two, I'm numero UNO. You feel what I'm saying? And shit, and that's how I feel when it comes to like hip hop media. I feel like I'm number one, period. At this point. You know what I mean? And if it ain't me, I know who it is. If it ain't me, it would be, you know that line be like, the Spider-Man meme is me looking at Drake? To me, the Spider-Man meme is me looking at him. And so he calls me early 2 days ago. And I said to my mans, I said, Joe, I said, man, I miss you. He said, man, I miss you too. I said, you know what's so crazy about rap media right now? I said, bro, I feel like we're having everyday struggle just on our respective platforms. I give my take, I do my thing, and then you do your thing. And it's almost like the conversation is like ongoing. I could go from my motherfucking like stream to like your podcast. Anyway, I say that to say, me and Joe, we're on the next episode of the Joe Budden podcast. You know what I mean? We had to do it for this one. But me and my man Joe, we're definitely on. Anyway, he did say something on his last podcast, which was a little bit of a breaking news. And I'm going to play it here, okay? Here we go.
I'm going to tell you this. Get out the way. Whatever little rappy shit you thought was going on, it's not that. And something is coming. I think that J. Cole knows that from either Kendrick or Drake or both. And it was time to bow out because now we are no longer in the first round.
Main event time.
We are no longer in the first or second round of this thing. Kendrick has earned himself a bye with Cole's apology.
I said that too.
But I think that the insiders know. Actually, I have it on good information. That both sides went in the booth and came out.
They ready.
So I'm going to tell you this. Get out the way. And what I'm hearing about both sides is that it's nuclear. It's up. I'm hearing this from people that can rap. So I want to come in here and say that speculation time is over. Debate time is over. I've been saying for a few pods now that I've seen absolutely nothing from Drake to get me excited enough to think that he will be capable of doing what needs to be done against the likes of a Kendrick Lamar. I'm here to say that there's no longer any need for me to instigate anything. And what I'm hearing about both sides is that it's nuclear. We're here.
It's the end game, people.
And apparently,
Drake is
he did it. And people heard it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I hope he's... When do you think you drop it? Just curious.
I heard it. I think it's coming.
I heard it.
I think it's coming.
I heard it's coming Friday. Yeah.
I heard it's bad. Hold on, Prize Picks. I'll be right.
Okay. That is Joe Budden. Make no mistake about this. if there was a Spider-Man meme when it comes to rap media, me and Joe Budden, we doing the Spider-Man meme. That's a fact. All the way. Listen, it's been to keep y'all abreast. It's been 7 years and a month since we started Everyday Struggle. We started March 2017. This is now April 2024. And at that time when we started and he was doing his podcast, very successful, I was always doing my videos. And I'm very happy that, both of our voices are just respectfully, it's the loudest when it comes to rap or music conversations. And I take his word very heavily because he's not known as a bullshitter. He's also very shrewd, way more than me. I'll tell you this is how Joe's been. Joe will know some shit, like he'll get like the actual information on it, but he'll say it like he's guessing. Like when I get the information and I know it's a fact, nigga, I'm like, it's like if you ever played dominoes, like I'm fucking slamming on the table. I'm going crazy. I'm going to let y'all know I know this is a fact. When Joe throws this out here, I do believe his sources and that he is operating on good. And when I mean good information from some of the people involved or some of the people who were consulted about this, that Drake has cooked up a song that would be in response. Now, is this the end all be all? We don't know. Now, I know what some of y'all are thinking. I said, we seen it a couple days ago. You posted it to your page. And then we see what's on your story today, but we also see what's on somebody else's story. And y'all, I won't necessarily say y'all are right. But Drake, a week ago, in the studio, you can see Pro Tools or whatever here. And he has the up to the time Free Cartel, Free World Boss. That was him letting people know he's in the studio, despite him just getting off tour. His top echelon producers, Boy Wonder. Oh, it's not there anymore. Well, I think it's on my story still. You're going to notice there's a Vibes Cartel reference. It's on my story. I ain't going to tell y'all why. But I'll give you the explanation. So this was posted on Boy Wonder's story first. Obviously, Drake posted Free World Boss, which is Vibes Cartel. Then you have his producer who posted this last night. It's expired. It's only 24 hours. Stories. This is an infamous picture from Vibes Cartel versus Movado clash. And interestingly, this is why dancehall is like such an amazing culture, but even sport. The way how beefs are settled there, yeah, of course you have diss songs, this and third, but it usually comes to a helm where you have to show up and perform and be the person and also have the lyrics or whatever versus the other person live. And there's a group of people who are going to be in the crowd, and of course there's going to be recorded for the internet to see. That is one of the unique parts of dancehall. It's not just rap beef and then nothing happens. It's usually you have to come to a helm. So that picture I showed you, and even Drake making a reference to Vibes Cartel and then his producer posting that picture, which I then posted too, it's reminiscent of this moment where the two dancehall giants, and this is going back, I think this was 2018. Okay? Not 2018. 2008. In 2008, The two biggest people in dancehall culture were Vybz Kartel and Movado. They competed on stage to see who would be the superior person. Now, if we parallel that to what we're going through now, it's set. The stage is set. Drake and not J. Cole, Drake and Kendrick, we finally are at the point that they're about to compete. Maybe not on stage, but compete in a lyrical coliseum where we are all going to view them go back and forth to find out who is superior. That's where that parallel is. I'll play a little bit of this. You know, this is Jamaica, so it's like, you know, both people beefing, they actually meet on stage and perform all their disses in front of each other. If you guys are familiar with maybe some of UK culture, I think Red Bull tried to do an iteration of that called like the Red Bull Sound Clash. If you ever remember when like, you know, Popcorn and like a bunch of people used to go against each other, that was like a playful version of it. But this was like mid-beef, mid-whatever. These guys meet face to face. So this is Movado coming out right here. By the way, if you ever hear about Sting, which this is the event that this happened at in Jamaica, it's such a performative thing. I think he came out. This is why he has his outfit on. You're gonna see Vybz Kartel come on stage in a second. Here we go. So Vybz Kartel's walking out now. Movado's waiting for him. They actually compete on stage, which I think is such a unique thing, and it's so great for people who love music. Obviously, there's, you know, especially in Jamaica, there's a violent element that could happen, but it's usually controlled. There's only like one or two times that there was ever violence. Could I see Drake and it's like a versus. Like, if you know what versus is, the real version of versus is a sound clash. It's a clash where two artists not seen eye to eye who has diss songs against each other go in front of a crowd that hopefully is neutral, and they got to perform their songs. And the crowd tells who wins via boos and applause. You're going to see Vybz Kartel enter the stage in a second, and you'll see the parallel. By the way, big up on Jamaica, isn't it? You know, I got to bring some Jamaican culture in here. And by the way, salute to the whole Toronto. You know, Toronto has a very close association with, you know, Jamaican culture, but also Drake. He's tapped in and tied in with Popcorn, you know, always shown love. And of course, Popcorn, his prodigy or his mentor and the person who brought him to the scene was Vybz Kartel. All right, here we go. So this is where this picture is from. Not here exactly. Interestingly enough, when they did this in 2008, one of the biggest moments ever in dancehall history, he'll take off this coat eventually. He's dressed up as a police, he's dressed up as a soldier, and they go at it. I'm biased because everybody know Vybz Kartel had it done. So everybody know, if you ask me, Vybz Kartel won. Some people thought Movado won, but regardless, it's a very unique experience that even people outside the culture know. So when you see Drake, right? You see Drake like, you know, Drake or even Boy Wonder, like kind of harping back to Vybz Kartel in that moment. What could only be thought of is that they're preparing and they're thinking about this as war. In dancehall culture, if you get killed, and when I mean killed, not like literally dying, if you get violated musically at a sound clash, people never see you the same anymore. It's the ultimate opportunity to prove that you are who you said you are. And Vybz Kartel is a gladiator in that arena. So what am I left to believe? I'm believing Joe Budden, even though him and Drake ain't on the same page right now. But I do believe he's heard the rumors that songs have been cooked up. By the way, I've heard a few rumors that there is some recordings. I don't know if it's a song. There is some recordings that Drake have made that's in the cut. But now, I do have to warn y'all because I heard the same thing when the Pusha T thing happened, and Drake never pulled the trigger on dropping that. He never, ever pulled the trigger on dropping that. Now, of course, we know his reasons. He felt like, it was whatever. But we are here again. From my conversations with Drake, and I'll keep it very... He said he been waiting for smoke from whoever for whenever. He said, he said, all a nigga got to show me is that it's real. I've been waiting for anybody. Let's not make it directly to nobody, but he been waiting. That's the type of nigga he is. That's what he's told me he is. That's what I've seen that he is. I have to believe him. I have to believe that moments like this, when people have tucked away, formulated a plan to get rid of him, he has answered that challenge lyrically and musically, and it's not that he's like, oh man, he loves it. That's who I know him to be. Now, there are other questions that we still have to answer, because I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't want to tell y'all some of the people who I've talked to, but I'm like, I've been asking everybody of late, what the hell did Drake do to, well, we know him and Metro had some shit, but like, what did Drake do to Future, Metro, Rick Ross, anybody? Because it seems like there's an alliance. Also, here's an interesting thing about even having this free cartel thing up and then me going to here. Vybz Kartel was battling Mavado, who was like the number 2 guy in the culture next to him. But Mavado was part of what was called the Alliance. The Alliance had Bounty Killer, Idonia, Busy Signal. Had a whole cast of character, but it was called the Alliance. Now, if I'm looking deep into everything, no Diddy. But part of maybe them putting up this picture of Vybz Kartel is Drake also acknowledging he's going against an alliance of sorts in rap. He's not only going at Kendrick, he's going at Metro, possibly Future. You got Rick Ross. And hear what I'm also hearing on the outskirts. I heard that a lot of this shit's powered by XO. I hear that The Weeknd, who has never really, they've kind of fake squashed it a bunch of times, but I've heard XO has powered a lot of this shit. So Drake got his hands full, and here's the thing. We thought it was going to be 2 versus 8, but his teammate J. Cole just said, I'm sorry, I just want to go home, and he just left. So Drake is in the corner with his fist up, got to fight 8 niggas by himself. Perhaps he's alluding to that, and the people around him is alluding to that, when they're saying it's Drake versus, because again, here it was Vybz Kartel versus Mavado, but the bigger picture was Vybz Kartel goes against the Alliance. Vybz Kartel, his group was called Gaza, and then this guy was with Bounty Killer and these other people, and they were in what's called the Alliance. So if you have a bunch of people who turn into an alliance against you, maybe that's what Drake is feeling. maybe that's how he's feeling. Again, I already posted it to my personal Instagram. But a week after Drake posted that Free Cartel and that he was in the studio, it was the picture posted, which I also reposted, was Vybz Kartel in this singular moment on stage in a lyrical battle. A clash in dancehall culture is a lyrical battle, lyrical confrontation with the highest of ramifications. If you lose that, they look at you different. Your songs don't hit the same. So I got to believe Drake is ready. I got to believe Drake is ready. Now, if you're just tuning in, we got 20,000 people on the King Akademiks page. Salute to all of y'all. We got about 6,000 people on the Academy page. We got about 3,000 on Twitch. Oh, I got to say this real quick. Yo, chat. Next week, I'm having one of the biggest interviews. Real talk. One of the biggest interviews. I got confirmation today. One of the biggest interviews. And this is why, I know people want me to, comment on these little petty shit. Listen, at the end of the day, and this is what I've told people, my nigga, y'all could keep attacking, try to attack the Don, attack the legacy. What y'all can't diminish or y'all can't erase is that I've put in almost 13 to 15 years of work in this shit. And I've, I don't care what y'all say. That's just not going to erase everything I've done. So I don't need to spend all my time trying to debunk bullshit. If I want to believe it, who cares? What I do care about is new moments. And I'm about to do something. I'm about to do a crazy play that is also, once again, going to separate me from everybody in hip hop. Okay? It's going to happen in the next week. Just be clear. I can't tell you exactly what it is. Everything is being set up at this moment, but I got confirmation today. It's a very unique thing, and I just want to put you guys on notice for it. Anyway, cool. All right. Jesus. All right, cool. Now, here's the thing. If you look at Drake's Instagram, it's looking kind of bare. He's not really saying much. Okay, he's just saying RIP to someone. Cool. Then he posted Honcho, which, by the way, shout out to Honcho. Honcho is I feel like Honcho is he's the most lit nigga in Atlanta right now, right? If you're not gonna, the most lit nigga in Atlanta is Honcho, right? Come on. And, so Drake ain't really posting anything. But what we need to talk about is this Metro Boomin track list, okay? So Metro Boomin posted a track list for the album coming today. It says, "We Still Don't Trust You Tonight." And here is a track list. Intro track, "We Don't Trust You." Number 2 is "Drink and Dance." 3 is "Out of My Hands." 4 is "Jealous." 5 is "This Sunday." 6 is "Love Bad Bitches." 7 is "Amazing" with an interlude. We got to check the interludes because here's the thing. Metro has been dissing Drake on all the interludes and intros that his voice ain't featured on. That's not a song. So we're going to look to see if this is what it is. By the way, he hasn't listed features on none of these things. Number 8 is "All to Myself." 9 is "Nights Like This." 10 is "Came to the Party." 11 is "Right for You." 12 is "Mile High Memories." And 13 is "Overload." 14 is "Gracious." 15, which is interesting, it's called "Beat It." Didn't Drake have some shit "I feel like I'm Michael Jackson, beat it, beat it"? Or he said he was about to break one of his records, "Beat it, beat it." Okay, we'll see. Then "Always Be My Fault." Then "One Big Family" and "Red Leather." 18 songs. 18 damn songs. We're 11 minutes away from its release, by the way. Okay, let's go to Metro's tweets. Now, again, we're gonna get into a little bit of the J. Cole stuff in a bit, but like, I don't want like J. Cole eliminated himself from this competition. Like, let's talk about the people who are still on the field. Okay, it says today is the day. Not too sure if I said this before. I got good authority in all the conversations I had. This is the memo everyone's saying. All will be revealed within this week. Very potent. Meaning all the chess plays will be had and happened during this week. Let me tell you where we are, people. Drake is sitting back. He's thinking that Metro is going to do some fuck shit and bring out, I don't know if Kendrick's going to come again, but might bring Pusha T. You also feel like there's going to be heavy shade, maybe again from Future. He's watching to see if Ross is popping out. He's trying to sum up this situation. What are we finna do? Okay? You have Kendrick, who now has gotten a nigga to apologize. Like, it was the craziest thing in history. A nigga dissed him back and then apologized for even dissing him in the first place. And now all he has to do is to clear Drake. That's the thing. Everybody's playing chess move. Let me ask y'all a question. Based on what you know now, and y'all know a lot. Like, we know all the information I've known, well, for the most part, I've shared with y'all. What do you think is the appropriate move for everybody? Let me get to the chat. Let me see what, because I know most of y'all are strategizers. Like, y'all are shrewd operators. There ain't no dumbass niggas. Maybe like one or two, but like, there's no dumbass niggas who follow me. I have a bunch of people who live and breathe this just like me. You tell me what everybody's move should be, because this is what I'm hearing. Everybody's hand on the trigger. Everybody's hand on the trigger. What I'm hearing is Drake probably won't drop it 12. So let me tell you how releases go. I think the ingestion period for most, like if you ever see an artist say their song or their album is going to be late, if it's not dropping at 12, it drops at 3. That's like it's like a refresh period for DSPs, right? So anytime when people are going to be late with their albums, you have to look in 3-hour intervals. You get what I'm saying? So remember when Drake had dropped an album at 3 o'clock, 3 a.m.? I don't know if it was CLB or whatever the case, but he dropped it at 3 a.m. instead of 12. So I only say that to say to y'all, if Drake hasn't pressed the button, right now it's 8 minutes until D-Day, right? Pause on the D-Day, no Diddy. If he hasn't hit the button on I'm dropping at midnight, he might be waiting. Yo, let me listen to the album real quick. Let me hit the button. I could still get it uploaded, but I'll get it uploaded at 3. Kendrick, who's sitting there, who knows what he's doing? He might be like, all right, fuck it. I'm just going to drop at midnight, or I might drop at 3, or I might drop later on Friday, or I might drop on Saturday. Everybody, from what I'm hearing, everybody got the records. Everybody's just trying to play it by ear, though. Why does this matter? What's the ramification of this? The ramification of all this literally is this. The narrative y'all believe is going to heavily favor or bias the conversation around the songs that come out. This is why, in my personal opinion, Drake knows if J. Cole didn't apologize, he'd be in a better position. But J. Cole apologized. So now everyone thinks that the verse that got him to apologize, or the verse he was responding to that he apologized for, is severely weighted in Kendrick's favor. And now it's like, when you're going to diss him, people's thought already going to be like, well, you know, your man's already apologized to him. Like, you got to come with some extra hard shit. Like, you know? Somebody said Kendrick's going to duck until Drake drops. Okay. Somebody said Drake is the biggest out of all 3. Now, James Hackworth, thank you for saying that. Now, this is me, and by the way, you know, I'm not Drake's advisor or nothing like that, but you know, I'm a super fan and whatever, and I've kind of given my opinion. I don't think Drake should drop tonight. I think Drake should play by ear. I think Drake should fall back. Here's the thing: if Drake indulges in this whole stage being set tonight and he drops, all it benefits is Metro Boomin, who, by the way, he's benefiting off all this. He's talking about all these records they're breaking. Bro, people are tuned in because y'all albums seem to be dissing the best and greatest rapper of all time, right? So if I'm Drake and I know I control the cards in terms of attention, why would I still want to, like, if I got multiple ops, one of the ops who think he's on shit, which is Metro, he needs this moment to be like, oh, this album is dissing Drake. I wouldn't respond to him now to even validate that even more, to give him more sales. I'm gonna ignore his ass. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Drake should pick a time and make his own moment, but I do believe that the MC in him never wants to feel like he's ducking. And that's the only thing I can say. I don't believe that Drake wants to, give me 1 second. I don't think he wants to not look like he was going to respond. He don't want people to look at him like, oh, no, he's ducking. Someone said Metro has been relevant. Drake's rep is on the line, but he's going to respond. Okay. All right. Hey, we're 5 minutes out. I don't know how we're going to do this. Fuck. Okay. Everybody who's watching on YouTube, and right now we have 27,000 people on YouTube between the King Akademiks and the Academy page. I have to see if we could play the album. Like, sometimes when the album first pops up, depending on when they upload it, if it's not fully copywritten, we could play it, right? Remember last time we kind of like played J. Cole shit, right? If it's fully copywritten, which we'll notice, I'm going to have to get off of YouTube, and for the time that I'm playing it, I'm going to need everybody to come to Rumble, okay? Rumble will allow me to play it in full, and after that, we'll get back on all platforms, okay? All right, no. We'll be doing Rumble. It'll be a solely Rumble thing for that. All right, fuck, cool. Now, this is what someone told me about Future. This is what I was told about Future. They said, Future's issues with Drake has nothing to do with women. And it's been throwing me for a loop. They say it got nothing to do with women. People keep saying it got something to do with women, but it has nothing to do with women. And I know people will be like, oh, no, there's been pillow talks. And like, no. Also, this is what I've also heard, which ironically, Future, if you look at his likes, right? One of the likes is in May 9th, 2022. Wait for you. Now, hold on. Here's the thing. Now, again, I'm a little skeptical on this, but so what people are now telling me, they're like, Drake, more M's, was actually dissing Future. And that's where that song Wait For You comes in. They're saying that if you look at Drake's verse, when it's like, 6 God lurking, come up off that bag for the boy that keep working, this is on his album and it flopped, he deserved it, come up out of that booth and bring that energy in person, got so many hits it wouldn't be fair to do no verses, I could really do 5 hours in the stadium, what happened to that nigga claiming OVO, we traded him. Now, a lot of people felt like that was that Future. They're saying that was, Future, like, FBG OVO, even though, like, this annotation said it was DJ Charlie B that they claim was kicked out of OVO for sleeping with Chubb's baby moms, which I never heard of before. It says, thought I was a pop star, I'm Slaughter Gang, I baited him. Walk around like Prince, because I got a lot of lady friends. Used to be in Saga, out at the Sega City Palladium. Skating through this album like a Montreal Canadian. The way I ran this shit, you would think I was an Iranian. Niggas see my deal, look at they deal, and now they hate the kid. Fuck it. Let me kick it basic. Niggas ain't got no love for the boy, now they fake it. Crack a couple jokes to some bitches on some snake shit. But if I send a verse to they ass, then they'll take it. Now, from what I've heard, which is interesting, I thought this was about Metro. Then I was told, no, this ain't about Metro. This is about Future. And it says, but if I send a verse to they ass, they'll take it. Apparently, Future and Drake wasn't really seen eye to eye on before they even dropped Wait For You. And that's what that was at. It was about that. That's kind of interesting. Niggas ain't got no love for the boys, so they fake it, crack a couple jokes to some bitches on some snake shit, but if I send a verse to they ass, then they'll take it, shoot a video, arm around me like we aces. Let's look back at the Drake Thames Future. Let's look back at the video. Wasn't Drake and Future like kind of interacting in this video? I feel like they were. By the way, the album's I think out now. We're about to try to figure out how we can play it. Yeah, Drake isn't really in a scene with Future, is he? Yeah, Drake's with someone else here. Yeah, we don't see Drake and Future. That's kind of odd. Is Drake and Future never? Are they never pictured or videoed together in this? I thought they were. Wow. But for what certain people are telling me, they're like, no, this was meant for Future, and that Drake and him wasn't cool before even this verse. And yeah, Drake did the video, but they haven't. Interesting. All right, cool. Chat, the album's out. Let's go to Metro Boomin's page. I'm going to figure out really quick if I could stream this shit. Or maybe it's on Future's page. It's probably going to be on both, right? Okay. Oh, wow. It's up. It's on Future.
Man, oh man, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Rap has been in the best place it's been in like a year. Because if you guys don't remember, bro, last year, like, rap fell all the way off. Like, women were running rap. It was basically thought rap. Like, every month, few months, a new thought rapper was blowing up. You feel me? And no male was really like dropping anything crazy, but like the beef is finally back, bro. Like, okay, let's keep it a bean. There's bad stuff that comes out of rap. Like, okay, people might get shot, hurt, die and stuff, but like, when it's like battle rap, like competition against like our favorite artists, bro, everyone's tuned in, bro. This is what makes rap. Like, people don't want to just hear songs like Lil Baby mumbling, you feel me, off of Perk 30, you feel me, can't even speak straight. We don't want to hear that. We want to hear, you feel me? Like, bring it back to back then, bro. Like, no, like, rapper that we really care about has been like dropping like this is, bro. Like, this is what we want. This is real rap. This is real rap. This is what we want to hear. We want to hear Drake. You feel me? And I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I heard that the first diss track dropped, it was on Twitter and stuff. Bro, I swear to God, I thought it was an AI. And then, you feel me? I tune in to Act Stream, and then we go, and you feel me? He plays the master version. I'm like, this is Drake, bro. It's 100% Drake. AI is not doing that. AI is not that level yet, bro. And then Drake doesn't deny it, but he drops the picture of him in the what's the movie called? With the girl in the yellow suit, Kill Bill. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Kill Bill. Man, I knew it was up, bro. I knew it was up. Kendrick, you got 30 minutes. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You got a week to respond, bro. 2 weeks, bro. 2 weeks, bro. Drake responding in the second week. Drake would have responded the second day, you feel me, the second hour, like Rick Ross, but you feel me? He didn't respond. Why didn't Drake respond? Because they were dropping part 2. As soon as part 2 dropped, he dropped the next day. Basically, what? He dropped the day after that. Come on. He knew they were dropping part 2. He wanted to hear what they was gonna drop. He ain't want to just drop the disc early, you feel me? When they coulda, you feel me, came a little bit more heat. Now Drake gotta drop another disc though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm hot right now. I'm not gonna lie. I genuinely am hot right now, bro. Like, I'm genuinely, I'm Team Drake, bro. Now Rick Ross dropped. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Rick Ross really dropped some heat. Like, 2 hours too. He responded in 2 hours. Like, I ain't gonna lie, Rick Ross got too much free time in his hands. But the shit Rick Ross was saying, like, oh, Drake got his nose done. Drake did this. Drake did that. Bro. They're calling him white boy. Like, this is why you can't really call everyone your friends. Like, it's how Drake says no friends in the industry is really that, bro. And it really, really sucks. Because I love Drake and Rick Ross on, like, the same song. And Ack wasn't lying about what he said about Rick Ross, bro. Like, that's the shit with Rick Ross in response is like the vibe that Rick Ross gives off, like he gives off a mob boss. Like, it makes it feel like he's a mob boss. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like I don't know how to explain it, but he really just gives